So it is time for Property Explained. Tim Akinusi, Mortgage Market, is back in the house in a brand new year. Good morning, bro.
Hey, good morning.
Welcome
Mo
back.
And Kutso and Owen.
Yeah,
And
you good?
Lindy. Good to be back in the house, eh?
What I love about Tim walking in here like it's summer in the studios at time it's cold is how we know that you miss us a lot, most especially Mo, because you are also rocking Bermudas, my friend. What's going on,
yeah,
eh?
You know, it's contagious, you know. When I saw Mo, I gotta rock the same thing. I
Pressure.
gotta rock the same thing.
If you want to know whether somebody's loaded financially,
Yeah.
just check whether they're wearing shorts or not.
Come on. Oh.
Look at Tim.
Oh, look at you.
Tim is wearing shorts. He
Hanging
doesn't
out.
have to wear anything else.
True that.
You know what I'm saying?
True that.
That's
Merch.
That's the thing about people who are loaded.
I'm learning from you, Mo. I'm learning from you, Mo.
I'm just a wannabe. So today we're going to be looking at the property trends and the best property trends to look out for in terms of the market.
Yeah.
Why is this important? Tell us about the trends that we can expect in 2023.
Yeah, Mo. So 2023 holds a lot of expectations, you know. And look, there are many trends out there, but I'm going to focus on the top three, the ones that I think are relevant and, you know, and the ones that matter. The very first trend is everybody wants to know, where are interest rates going this year, right? So I come bearing good news. We are in a disinflationary period. So that literally means that the rate of inflation is slowing down. And along that comes a reduction in the interest rate as well. So in Jan, we saw a 25 basis points uptick. The market had actually priced in 50 basis points. So the fact that it's now at 25, we're probably expecting one more 25 and then flat. And then by spring, we should start to see the rate start to decline. So that's the first bit of good news, right? So the second trend is not so positive, but it is what it is. Load shedding is going to be with us for a very, very long time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to get into property right now, you have to buy property that has an alternative to Eskom.
Sure,
You have to
that's
buy
a very good
property
point.
That has, an alternative to an alternative to municipal water. So things like boreholes, things like water harvesting capability, your property needs to have that. So don't be shy. Ask that question to say, you know, what is the alternative that this property has in this space?
And does it affect the cost of the property if it's got, you know, additional power, etc.?
Absolutely. So that is now the new currency. It's what, when back in the days we used to have swimming pools and that would hold currency.
Oh,
as
yes.
Yeah.
increasing the value of the property.
Yes.
Now does this have solar? Does this have inverter? You know, what does this property have that can insulate me against, what we're going through? So make sure that is on your top three things to look out for when you're buying the property. The third one is integrated living. That is the new standard, right? So no longer is it good enough to just say, hey, my place is dope, the quality of the build is great, and there's a shop next door. No, you need to have everything included in this place, right? So you need to buy in a new development that has access to gyms, access to spas, access to good restaurants. It's an integrated living experience. That's what people want in 2023. So that is the new standard.
Beautiful.
Right.
Beautiful. Now, Tim, let's talk about the home buying activities, but from a geographical perspective, right? What areas in SA will experience, high demand for property? Is it Cape Town?
It must be the
Nice
north of
now.
Johannesburg. Have you seen what's happening in the north of Johannesburg?
People are going south, my man.
What was once felt is now brick and mortar.
That's true. It's very true.
100%. That is what's happening. But there's going to be an interesting trend, right? We are going to see township property rise. We're going to see the rise of new developments in townships, right?
Okay.
So an example of that is Orlando Towers Estates, which is a brand new estate coming up in Soweto. That is an integrated lifestyle estate, right? So you're going to start to see no longer is affordable housing going to be about a 4-roomed house like that's 20 k's away, far away. You're going to start to see, township property appreciate in value and new property developers move into the area to build in that space. So that's on the mass market side of things. And then you're going to see a resurgence of Sandton. That's what we're going to see.
Okay.
Right?
Why?
Sandton, because what has typically happened in the last couple of years is that COVID has obviously changed the dynamics of how people work. So there isn't the requirement to always be in the office all the time. But there are headquarters out there that still remain. And so the hybrid structure is going to see a return of people come back for 2-3 days in a week. They'll be, back into their office space. And then there goes the demand as well for property and for property people can pop into, spend 3 days there, and then go back out into, let's say, the Cape Towns of this world, etc., where they now make their new homes. So there's going to be a resurgence of that type of property, especially when it comes to short-term letting, long-term letting, and also ones that you can pop into and actually live in. So look out for that. HQ Sandton. Sandton is really going to be the premier place for the moneyed people who have money, who want a great lifestyle. They're going to want to have property in those spaces.
And it's funny you say that, because I'm staying in the Sandton area, and you're definitely right. You're seeing that spike. But also, what about the hotel space that is also coming through with the hotel/apartment? That's also alluding to what you're saying, right?
Absolutely. That's going to be how property is going to be constructed these days.
Yeah.
You're going to have the alternatives to do the short-term hotel stay, long-term, as well as being a tenant there as well. So that is, and it's not just about that, it's also bringing the lifestyle with, right?
Yeah.
People want everything in that space.
Absolutely.
We don't want to be in the streets anymore. We want the streets to come home to us,
Yeah.
So you want to be able to pop upstairs to a rooftop, grab a bite at a great restaurant, work from there without leaving, the comforts of that space you have.
Yeah, I love these integrated living spaces because you should see what happens on the weekends at the gates.
Hey.
Everybody who doesn't live there wants to be there.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're going to see that in a big way.
Tim Makinusi joins us now on Property Explained. This is the first segment for the year. Now, before we wrap, we're talking about all of this thing, but what do the banks say when they look at the trends? They are a big a component of the property space, of course.
100%. The banks are still very much open for business. They have to grow their mortgage books. And what is interesting is that they're also starting to come along the journey and recognize that the way people live is different. So they're embracing short-term stay funding. They're also embracing how you fund your solar projects. So there are banks out there right now that are producing a product that basically, alongside your home loan, you can actually finance up to 15% of the value of your home loan purely as solar. And they will give that to you over and above the price that you pay for your house.
Wow.
So the banks are certainly going to be on board, especially with interest rates peaking now. The buffers that they're going to put into the affordability is going to start to reduce. So you'll start to see a lot more banks being able to lend into the space as well. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to our journey this year. Tim, thank you so much for joining us. Where can people find you if they want to pick your brain?
Please visit us on mortgagemarket.co.za. We have lots of property developments that we have in our books. And of course, we can also give you access to financing them by giving you access to the top 7 banks and paying you 5,000 Rand cash back in the process. Follow us on Instagram at mortgage.market.
Tim Akinusi joining us on the Property Explained segment every Wednesdays around about this time. If you've just tuned in but missed out on the meat of it, check it out on MetroFM.co.za. It's available as a podcast.